First and 10. 3:10 remaining. 3 wide receivers for Tampa Bay. Gerald Carter in there, number 87. Swing it out to Wilder. James Wilder picks up 7 or 8 yards. And Everson Walls, who has to be the leading tackler for Dallas this afternoon, stops the second-year fullback from Missouri. Walls, who is raised just 2 miles from the Cowboy practice field, is a free agent who led the NFL with 11 interceptions last year and only the 6th rookie free agent to go to the Pro Bowl.
That's right. Everson Walls has had a great season last year. He's off to a good start this year. Gene Stallings says he's even improved in training camp. You know, the legs are getting heavy. That time Wilder didn't try to make a move. It looks like he might be getting a little tired, Dick.
That's something you would see. Maybe the fans would. 2nd and 2. Williams tipped, intercepted.
There's a downfield.
Guy Brown on the interception on the tip pass, but a penalty marker is down near midfield. Don Smerick at 6'7" tipped that pass by Doug Williams, who was on his way down.
It's against Dallas.
And that will nullify the interception and will also give Tampa Bay an automatic first down.
Looks like there might have been holding downfield, but Doug Williams saw that he didn't have his receiver, and that's when he just have to take the sack. He tried to salvage a play, made a mistake right there, but he got away with a penalty.
That's one of the reasons, you know, this year, Doug Williams has been sacked only twice. He is one of the best at avoiding sacks. He couldn't last
Defense,
year.
number 56, first down.
He couldn't last year in that 38-0 route, but he's done it pretty well for most of his career.
You say 56?
Yeah, there's no number 56 on Dallas.
Maybe he meant 26. I don't know.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Tampa playing 14-9, 2:15 to go as James Owens slides into Dallas territory at the 49, and Don Smerick, who's playing in place of the injured John Dutton, makes the tackle. We have had no substitutions in the Dallas secondary, except, of course, when they've gone with Fellows, Clinkscale, and Monty Hunter, who himself has gotten hurt in this game. Pittsburgh leading Houston, second quarter. Green Bay, 2-0, leading Minnesota, 19-7. Pack picking up where they left off. At the 49, 2nd and 7. Fumble. Tampa Bay recovers. So Doug Williams still having problem with that exchange.
I don't understand the problem there. Steve Wilson's been around a long time. Doug had trouble in the rain in Tampa, but it's a nice day out there. He might be pulling too soon, or Williams is putting against his leg. But anyway, there's been 2 fumbles today. Those are automatic things that shouldn't happen.
I don't think it's raining.
No, it's not raining. So there's no excuse for it today.
3rd and 10 now at the 48. Williams is 16 for 26 for 188 yards. 3 wide receivers. Terrific rush, and Anthony Dickerson on the blitz, and Williams had no chance.
I talked to Gene Stallings before the game, and if I was on either side of the line of scrimmage, Gene is the defensive backfield for the coach for the Cowboys. I'd blitz today. I'd really blitz because pass protection is tough anyway, and once you have to worry about blitzing, and this is one of the few blitzes Dallas has had, and no one picks him up. There's a mistake at the line of scrimmage. They doubled the man in the middle that time with Yarno and Steve Wilson and let Dickerson run free, and pass coordination is really tough anyway, but this is the area with the strike that could be hurt.
Larry Swider will punt, and Ron Fellows is deep for Dallas. And I'm curious as to which players may be the most fatigued as we move into the 4th quarter of the game. An outstanding kick by Larry Swider. He got it inside the 15. He got it to the 13. So Dallas will take over, leading 14-9 after that 39-yard punt, no return.
Paulatuck, the Arctic Circle. The winters can be 10 months long and 50 below. So people stay home and watch a lot of TV. Maybe that's why the Takiak family chose the only TV to win an Emmy for its beautiful picture, the Sony Trinitron. But maybe the Takiaks chose a Sony because the nearest TV repairman is 250 miles away.
Ballet lessons, summer camp, orthodontists, tuitions, These years you've been doing for others. Now it's time to do something for you. For the two of you. A beautiful new 1983 Cadillac. And it's all you hoped it would be. In comfort, ride, and luxury. Isn't it time you did something just for you?
Best of all, it's a Cadillac.
Cool, calm, and collected John McKay.
Well, he shook up over there, isn't he?
Couple of defensive replacements in the front three for Tampa Bay. Booker Reese has replaced Stalls at left end, number 66, and Brad White, number 90, is in for Logan at nose tackle. So let's see how the reserves do for Tampa Bay here. 1st and 10 Dallas on their own 13 with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Dorsett gets to the 16-yard line. The last two times Dallas has had the ball, they have gone a long way. 80 yards and 6 for a touchdown. 77 yards, 13 plays for a touchdown. Green Bay piling it on Minnesota 26-7 right here in the third quarter. And the Jets having a field day against Frank Cush and the Baltimore Colts. 2nd down, 7. This drive started from the 13. Danny White, 21-yard line. Looks like they're having a long talk in there. Dorsett and Cecil Johnson, who has one of the outstanding personalities and is a kind of a devil-may-care attitude. And there's the gun. That's the end of the third quarter here at Texas Stadium in Irving with the score: the Dallas Cowboys 14, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 9.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's all yours and it's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. You've got the time, we've got the beer for what you have in mind. Welcome to Miller Time, yours and mine.
The best beer for the best time of the day. Miller High Life.
I like it.
If you really like it,
I really like it.
we can help you get it. We're GMAC.
We want it.
We're GMAC Financing.
When it's time for that new family car, GMAC can help you get it with financing to fit your budget. It's available right here at your GM dealer.
Now at participating GM dealers, get low 10.9 financing on new 82 models.
We got it.
I'll just go into it.
Next week in the National Football League, these games: Green Bay winning today against the Jets, who are winning. Philadelphia, Washington. That could be an interesting affair, Roger.
That'll be a real good one right there. Of course, Philadelphia's in a dogfight with Cincinnati today. Washington's undefeated, so that's a big one.
San Francisco is playing next against St. Louis. Most of you will see the second game of the doubleheader, and it'll be the 49ers against the New Orleans Saints, along with St. Louis, Atlanta, as you mentioned. 12:30 Eastern, and it all starts with the NFL today.
Here's a guy, John McKay, right there. He's got a great sense of humor. He mentioned, hey, this team might be better off. We haven't had much time to screw them up this week, and I don't know if that has anything to do with the day, but they're playing pretty darn good.
3rd and 1 for the Cowboys on their 22 as we start the fourth quarter. Dick Stockton and Rogers in motion is Doug Cosby, and the flip to Ron Springs. He has close to a first down. Dave Stalls makes the tackle. Danny White, who played for Frank Cush at Arizona State and actually went to Arizona State on a baseball scholarship and was drafted by 4 major league teams.
Well, Danny can do it all, though, Dick. I tell you, he's a great all-around athlete, and you need an athlete in that position as far as getting away from the rush to the lineman, making the big play, and he can do it. He's a leader on the football team and just a very smart quarterback also, and a big play guy. And you need big plays to win football games.
You saw the signal illegal procedure or backfield in motion against the Cowboys. And they'll mark it off.
I didn't see the penalty. The flag was hidden over there, but Tampa was determining if it was going to be a first down or not, if they would have taken the penalty, and the referee said they had it by an inch, so Tampa Bay decided to take the penalty.
Chuck Heberling will tell us.
Illegal motion, number 84, lined up at end and went in motion from the line of scrimmage. Third down.
Doug Cosby.
You can't do that. You got to shift back a step and then go in motion, and he went direct, which is illegal.
Tie score. Houston has come back to tie Pittsburgh. This is a big defensive play for Tampa Bay. 3rd and 6. John Holt, number 21, in as the nickel back for the Bucks. Ball at the 17. White with time, knocked away, and a fine play by Hugh Green. What a play by Hugh Green, who knocked away that pass. We saw him as a blitzer before on the pass intended for Ron Spring.
Well, Danny White picked the wrong guy man-to-man that time. Hugh Green is an excellent linebacker. Blitzer, also he's a great tackler, but he can play man-to-man coverage. And here he is, he's playing man-to-man. He's got springs all the way across the backfield and into the secondary, and he knocks the ball down right here.
What extension by Hugh Green. Terrific play by Hugh. And now Danny White will punt in the sunshine from his 2-yard line. There's Hugh Green, second year from Pitt. John Holt is standing at the 45. And a good punt. Holt fumbles and wisely goes out of bounds with it, and I think he knocked another official down. Rod Hill made the stop. And we're going to take a break right now. Tampa Bay will have good field position, and we'll return to Texas Stadium after this word from your local station.
On CBS Sports, the NCAA basketball season returns as divisional champion North Carolina musters memories of victory to face Missouri next Saturday on CBS Sports. This is CBS. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is USA 1, and USA 1 is taking charge.
We have the attendance figures for you. That they sold for this game 63,017 tickets, 63,017. The attendance 49,578. There were 13,439 no-shows today.
It's pretty significant no-shows. It's a beautiful day today too in Dallas.
Tampa Bay with their best position since the first quarter interception by Cedric Brown. And here's James Owens and fumbles. Dallas.
Bob Bruning. They're going to referee might mark him down right there. He's pointing to the ground, and of course that must be he's down.
And I think you're right. I think they blew it dead.
Well, the Dallas fans are booing right now. They might have a legitimate gripe. Here's Owens breaking through the line. I tell you, I don't understand that one at all.
Michael Downs.
That has got to be, that somebody, the referee must have been looking at different direction. That was a terrible call right there.
Michael Downs forced the fumble. Bruning recovered, and as you can see, it was a clean fumble. The crowd's still booing. 2nd and 3 for Tampa Bay. Wilder has a first down at the 4-yard line. James Wilder. And the tackle made by Guy Brown and Everson Walls. So the Tampa Bay Bucks got a big break there on that call because it looked as if, without question, and this is not just a simple matter of angle, that ball was stripped away from Owens by Michael Downs. 1st and 10 at the 43 of Dallas. The crowd still doesn't like it. Look at the power by Wilder as he picks up nearly 9 yards, and there are flags all over the place. Downs made the tackle, and penalties fly.
That's probably against Dallas again. There weren't any orange jerseys around the runner, so.
That's right. Face mask. Now you're really going to hear the crowd.
Someone missed it on the fumble. Of course, the crowd still reacting.
I even hear the no-shows.
I'll tell you, I don't know what happened on that, but somebody just completely blew
5 yards on a defense, on a tackle, first down.
The fumble, so they're still mad at the referees, but that, you got a chance to see the face mask again right here. Watch Wilder's head there, that's how you can tell. A lot of times the referees, if they see the head pulled down too fast, right there, see it? Good call.
Well, the officials maybe need time to get up to par as well. James Owens trying to hold on to the ball, getting to the 25 on 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay. It's 14-9. The Cowboys leading Tampa Bay. Want to remind you, next Saturday, NCAA basketball is back on CBS with quite a matchup. Dean Smith's defending NCAA champion North Carolina Tar Heels take on the Missouri Tigers, who have won the Big 8 title the last 3 years. Gary Bender, Billy Packer will be courtside at the Checker Dome to bring you all the action next Saturday.
Jimmy Giles has been a little bit silent today, except for the one big catch.
2nd and 7 at the 27. For the Bucks, quick toss low but caught by Gordon Jones. Short of a first down by maybe 1.5 yards. Everson Walls was there for the stop. Gordon Jones, also from the University of Pittsburgh, as many of the Tampa Bay Bucks are. He was injured last year, led Tampa Bay receivers 2 years ago.
See, that's a good play there, Dick. You wonder, say, why doesn't Dallas do something about that play? The way you do it, you bring the cornerbacks up, the safeties back, but when you do that, you've got to now force with your safeties in running situations. Dallas would rather force with their linebackers, so they still give them that short pass.
3rd and 1 at the 21. Owens, short, did not make it. James Owens did not make believe. We'll have to wait for a measurement, but from our vantage point, I think he was stopped.
Doug Williams is saying they're short about 1/2 foot. They'll have to go for it here.
It is 4th down at the 21. The Tampa Bay Bucks are going to send in the play with Theo Bell. John McKay is going for it on 4th down, trailing 14-9 with a lot of time remaining, 12:02, and I think this call could go either way. This could be a controversial call.
Well, I would say it could be controversial, but I think the decision's a good one right here with 4th and 1. They need to get something besides a field goal.
Williams on a reverse, tight end Giles, and I think he has it.
Well, now I would say it was controversial with that play right there. That was anytime you give Dallas a chance, or any team, to penetrate on short yardage, it's controversial, and they had a chance to penetrate.
Roger, why in the first game back, and they may not have
it. The referees are marking that ball.
Roger, why in the first game back you would go for a complex play like that, gambling on 4th down, where mistakes could happen more than if you go off tackle?
Well, I guess they figured on the play before that they were stopped so cold on a basic play that they were going to take a chance.
Big measurement here.
But that official marked that ball back a little bit. Now that's called a game of inches right there, and a prime example of. But you know, when he hit down, his body was well beyond the 20-yard line, but that official marked that ball back an inch, and it made it close. John McKay has got one more gray hair over there on that left side underneath that fishing cap.
He said, I shouldn't be smoking dollar cigars with my team the way I'm coaching them. I should be smoking 10 centers. First and 10 at the 20 for Tampa Bay. A lot of time remaining here in the quarter. And James Owens finds a hole, gets inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And now we have an NFL Today update. Let's switch to Brent Musburger in New York. Brent, what do you got?
Dick, I've got one more gray hair from Monty Clark of the Lions. Here's Jim McMahon of the Bears back in the shotgun. It'll be a high snap. He pulls it down. Emery Moorhead, formerly of the Giants, will work his way free in the back of the end zone. And Chicago now has gone ahead of Detroit. Back to Dick Stockton and Roger Staubach.
Wow, that's a wild game. The Chicago Bears leading Detroit. 2nd and 3 right here for Tampa Bay with 10:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Quick hitch pass to Kevin House. Can't get away from Everson Walls. He would have been gone if he had.
That's been a big play for him today. They've hit that thing probably every time they've thrown it out there and probably average 6 or 7 yards per catch. And of course, if House just makes the move one way or the other, he can break it all the way in a play like that.
Doug Williams told us to work on Everson Walls and Dennis Thurman because Walls is a gambling type, and they thought maybe they could spring House.
Also, both these cornerbacks, Walls and Thurman, give the receivers a lot of room, and also the pass protection, they were worried about it, so they've hit the short passes.
First and goal at the 9 for Tampa Bay, trailing. Wilder stumbles forward and gets to about the 6-yard line.
Well, here's Tampa has been as good as a team could be under any kind of circumstances between the 10-yard lines today. It's inside this 10 where they've had trouble. They've moved the ball better than Dallas overall during the day. But this is the critical area for Tampa. They've fallen short 3 times. This is their 4th shot down there.
Bob Bruning and Michael Downs made the tackle. Wilder has gained 67 yards on 12 carries today. 2nd and goal at the 6. Williams, pass. Theo Bell dropped the pass, and covering on the play was Dennis Thurman, but Bell had it.
Well, he went into the sun, but he can't make an excuse with the sun because the sun was coming to his back. Williams drilled the ball out there. Theo Bell made a great adjustment there. Thurman was on him very well, but Bell adjusted it quite naturally and with instincts, but just dropped the football.
So it's 3rd and goal at the 6. Jones, Carter, and House, 3 wide receivers in there for Tampa Bay.
Blitz.
Here comes the blitz, and the pass is thrown to nobody. It'll be 4th down.
Doug Williams is unhappy. He's yelling at the referee. He thought Giles was held up. He was trying to get the ball to Giles. And
injured Dallas player.
Here Williams sees the blitz right now, and he's got Giles. He wants more time, but he has to get rid of it quickly, and he's saying that maybe Giles was held up, but he threw the ball away.
Anthony Dickerson is the injured Dallas Cowboy. We'll take a break now. 4th down when we come back.
This is the Honda Civic FE running at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Civic FE is the #1 car on gas mileage. With its 10.8-gallon gas tank, it could run the entire 500 miles at Indy without making a single pit stop and still leave you plenty of gas to get back home again in Indiana.
Business. To be in the picture, you gotta be good.
Good and fast, like Canon's NP300F. 30 letter-sized copies a minute.
You gotta give and take.
Canon's 300F gives you reduction and document feeding. Even sorts it all out with optional sorter.
In today's leaner, trimmer business picture,
You need the good stuff.
and nothing but the Canon NP300F. Call toll-free for information or see your authorized Canon dealer.
The story here with Dallas leading 14-9 is Tampa Bay's inability to get into the end zone. And Bill Capice, who has kicked 3 field goals, will try to make it 4 for 4. A 24-yard attempt right here with Larry Swider doing the holding. It's no good. Off to the right. And the Bucs come up empty. Well, Tampa Bay has had a lot of missions to knock the wind out of their sails. This is another one. Dallas still leads.
This car has been compared to cars more than twice its price. When people see its elegant style, its luxuriously spacious interior, and experience the quality of its engineering, they can't believe the Honda Accord 4-door lists for under $10,000. Which probably explains why it's the best-selling front-wheel drive 4-door sedan in Alabama, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana.
Here's to good friends. Tonight
Hey, chicken and ribs?
Chicken and ribs.
Check. Steak?
Let's say
Check.
something more somehow.
Chili? Homemade chili. Good work.
Hey, wait a minute.
What did you bring besides your list? Just a little something I threw together.
I should have known.
When you want to taste truly great beer, tonight, let it be lowbrow.
Okay, everybody, let's go win this one.
Thanksgiving Day on CBS Sports, NFL excitement as the New York Giants take on the Detroit Lions. Be a part of the action. The NFL on CBS Sports.
Dick Stockton and Roger Staubach here at Texas Stadium in Irving with the Cowboys leading the Bucks 14-9. Bill Capice has kicked 3 field goals, just missed that one, but the story is Tampa Bay's inability when they are inside deep Dallas territory to go on and score. It's hurt them today. 1st and 10 Dallas at the 20-yard line. In motion is Drew Pearson. And the first back through is Springs, who picks up 2 or 3 yards off left tackle. Jeff Davis makes the tackle. There's an interesting player here who's thought upon by John McKay to be a real Davis, 5th round draft choice, number 58 for Tampa Bay out of Clemson. All-American, was available on the 5th round. Tampa Bay was surprised at that. Herschel Walker said he was the hardest hitter he faced in college. Jeff Davis scored the first time he touched the ball in preseason on an interception. John McKay said only Jeff Davis and Red Grange had done that, and players want to know who Red Grange was. Cutting back, and Tony Dorsett on a play that did not work, and Mark Cotney, who was in for Neil Colsey at strong safety, made a fine play. Atlanta in the 4th quarter leading the LA Rams. Atlanta playing St. Louis next week. New Orleans now a touchdown ahead of Kansas City. The Saints go against the 49ers on CBS next week. Miami over Buffalo 9-7. They're in the 4th quarter of that defensive struggle. And Cleveland over New England 7-0. The Browns will have to play the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day. Over Philadelphia 18-0. Eagles and Skins go at it Sunday in the nation's capital. 3rd and 15 in the spread for Dallas.
It's a blitz. One of the few times today. It's a blitz.
And Danny White is down at the 3.
Well, I tell you, I'd give them a lot more blitz today, both sides, but it's worked the few times it's been seen. And Mark Cotney made a play right before that. It's like he was in Dallas's huddle and made a big trap back there on the reverse, and another big play here.
Dave Stalls and Leroy Selman pinching in on the 3-4.
See, with the blitz now, you got your guards and your center have to come off on those blitzes. It gives guys like Stalls the ability to break free on single blocks and put the pressure on the quarterback, and Stalls rope him to the ground. His second trap of the day.
Actually, as you look at Stalls, that's 4 sacks for the team for 50 yards in losses. Danny White at the back of the end zone. Holt should have good field position, but this is a punt by Danny White. And Holt gets into Dallas territory at the 49, where Danny Spradlin from Tennessee and a hard hitter makes the tackle. So Danny White with a booming 56-yard punt, and it'll be Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 when we come back.
After a long day, it's nice to get into your Accord hatchback. While the outside world admires its elegant styling, you can enjoy the ride. Honda now offers a 4-speed automatic with variable assist power steering that makes driving simpler than ever. The Honda Accord hatchback is so nice to get into. Sometimes you don't want to get out.
Honda, we make it simple.
Hitachi wants your next color television to be your best. So compare for these features. All 19-inch color televisions have wood cabinets. Hitachi has signal tracker control. It automatically monitors and corrects the color picture before you see it. And our 10-to-1 limited warranty far exceeds what many others offer. When you compare, the choice is clear. Hitachi, a world leader in technology.
We've seen Tampa Bay, they've been successful moving the football down the field with those short hook patterns. If I had to guess, and you and I were just talking about it, this would be the time to run one of those hook and goes and see if they can hit the big play.
And if they go, they can get a touchdown in a hurry. 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay at the Dallas 49, 7:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Williams with time up the middle finds Jimmy Giles. Jimmy Giles and has it about 9 yards, maybe very close to a first down. Bob Bruning and Guy Brown, the linebackers, make on Jimmy Giles. 3rd catch of the day for Jimmy.
Okay, Doug Williams did a good job that time, Dick. He was going to the wide receivers. The cornerbacks came up to take away anything short. Safety's back. Giles found the open middle, and Williams really went off to a secondary receiver that time.
2nd and 1. Good opportunity here for Doug Williams. Plays it conservatively and gets the first down as James Owens goes up the middle. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Roger, you'd have to say without question that they have really outplayed Dallas on the whole both ways today.
Oh, they have. They've been in scoring position. That last, of course, missed field goal even is bigger right now because they have a chance, another 10 yards to even get into a go-ahead situation with another field goal. Of course, they'd like to score. They just can't get in the end zone. But that last field goal miss, which was a chip shot, looms big right now.
Scores of other games. 1st and 10 at the 37 of the Cowboys. Giles, the tight end move. Let's see if he was drawn off. We have not had many of those kinds of penalties today. That's surprising.
No, it hasn't been, other than some delay of the games, there hasn't been the offsides, the kind of mechanics that you think would be a problem here. But I think there's some very tired legs out there right now, and the pass rush from Dallas is a big factor normally in the fourth quarter. Today it might not be.
Conditioning may be the most important aspect of this game at this point.
Tom Landry said he
encroachment offense number 88, first down.
Fatigue would set in the second half and especially the fourth quarter, and the game would be won and lost in the fourth quarter. So his prediction is pretty good so far. This game is up for grabs right now.
Team that can plug away at the finish will win it. That's what Tom Landry said Friday. 1st and 15 and going deep. House, the intended receiver. And covered by Everson Walls on the play. So Williams tried to go and get 6 on one shot. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for Tampa Bay. Gordon Jones coming in with the play. Carter also in there. And Theo Bell goes out.
I've noticed something. Tampa Bay, when they're in that setback formation, the I formation, they have a tendency to go to the wide receivers. When they're in a split backfield, they go to the tight end. So Dallas seems to be defense in that I formation, making sure those receivers don't get deep.
2nd and 15 at the 42-yard line. And Gerald Carter in motion for the Bucks. Wilder can't get by Dickerson, who was injured before. Anthony Dickerson with a fine play. He went to SMU, and of course the Mustang Pit at the Cotton Bowl, New Year's Day on CBS.
It's been a good play for Tampa today, the swing out of the backfield, but you like to work the swing against the zone and not a man-to-man. Dickerson had him man-to-man. He followed him from all the way from one side of the field to the other and made a good play.
Guy Brown started the game, but Dickerson has played mostly at that right linebacker position. Tampa Bay 7 of 15 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 11.
Watch Jimmy Giles.
Carter in motion. Here comes the blitz and Clinkscale. Dexter Clinkscale, second-year free agent rookie from South Carolina State with a lot of talent. No one picked him up.
Well, they've saved the blitz, both teams, to the second half, and it's hurt both teams. Dallas got trapped back there. Danny White back at the 2-yard line, and here's Clinkscale. Here he comes, untouched. One picked him up, and you have to have a hot receiver on a play like that, a quick down and in or something to get rid of the ball fast, and it put Tampa Bay back in tough position right now.
Swider, good high kick, angling for the sidelines, and he's got it. He's got it inside the 1. What a punt by Larry Swider. What a punt by Larry Swider.
He couldn't ask for anything more there, could you?
He couldn't have placed it out of bounds.
He put it on the half-yard line. Should have been on the quarter-yard line.
Well, Dallas only has to go 99.5 yards now.
When I drove racing cars, the racing cars that I drove were simply the best.
Jackie Stewart, consultant to the Ford Motor Company.
If I can take that car to the limit of its ability and still find it to have good manners, to have correct behavior, then it surely must satisfy everybody. And for 83 years, it's terrific. Simply the best cars that Ford have ever produced in the United States. Pretty remarkable, very impressive.
And Ford has it now.
Used to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Congratulations, you coached a pretty mean game.
Well, I had a pretty good teacher.
Did I teach you the part about the winning coach buying the Lowenbrow?
You got it.
Give me 10 minutes. I gotta go yell at my players.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
So tell me, what'd you say to your teacher?
Told him we were outcoached.
Thanksgiving weekend on CBS Sports. Friday, Oklahoma and Nebraska battle for the Big 8 crown. Saturday, it's Notre Dame against USC. College football on CBS Sports.
The Dallas Cowboys, who have not started any drive, their own 29-yard line, have it on the 1/2-yard line. Look where the ball is. 4:26 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cowboys lead 14-9. And a keeper, and let's see if Danny White got out of the end zone, and apparently he did, but not by much. Leroy Selman made the play. What kind of a play is this, Roger?
Well, here's where Dallas likes to, an inside handoff right there is a quarterback sneak just to maybe get a yard or two, but an inside handoff with a back out in like a shoot route or out into the flat where you can maybe suck that linebacker in for just a tad and then hit the play out in the flat.
There's Mark Cotney, who made the key play before on defense. Covering from knee surgery, missed all of last year, and he's in for Colsey and has been at strong safety. 3:43 remaining, 2nd and 10. Tony Dorsett breaks it to the 9-10-yard line. And that's a big one for the Cowboys. Dorsett, he is short of a first down by about a yard, but he gets him out of deep trouble. Good blocks by the guards, Richards and Peterson.
That was right up the middle there. You got Rafferty and Howard Richards, number 70, will come into your picture here in a second with Dorsett just booming right up the middle. That's a big play right there. They took Logan, knocked him to the side, and just worked on those inside linebackers also. 67. We get a chance here. Here's Dorsett, elite block by Springs at the outside, but there's 65 also. Kurt Peterson pulling around the center. Rafferty 64 blocks to the right, and Dorsett with his explosiveness gets into that close to first down range.
3rd and 1 and a first down. Tony Dorsett, I want to correct something earlier. I said he went to Aliquippa High School. He went to Hopewell High School, which happens to be in Aliquippa. Detroit and Chicago as the Lions tie up the Bears in a wild game in Chicago, 17-17. And Thanksgiving Day, the Lions, who are 2-0 pending the outcome of that game, go against the New York Giants. Starts at noon with the NFL Today on CBS. So we should have an incredible holiday weekend of pro football. We got college basketball coming up and a full slate of games next week. And don't forget, we have a second game of this doubleheader. Here is Tony Dorsett looking for the opening. Has it to the 21. Getting the Cowboys out of trouble here, Roger, in the waning moments of this game.
Well, that's when your running game really comes in handy. Dallas has got a good balance of running and passing, and they've got themselves at least out of trouble here temporarily with a couple of runs by Tony Dorsett.
Tampa Bay, I think, called a timeout, but that's unnecessary because we have the 2-minute warning. That's what the officials had indicated. So the 2-minute warning here at Texas Stadium with 14-9, and they have the ball.
NFL's most valuable player brought to you by Apple Computer. 1938, the New York Giants' Mel Hein is selected the NFL's first most valuable player. Starting at both center and linebacker, Hein plays 15 seasons for the Giants and never misses a single game. In recognition of his amazing Iron Man performance, Hein is one of the first players inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
My Apple is my manager.
There are more people in more places doing more things with apples than with any other personal computer in the world.
Apple Computer.
Produktion, Kontrolle ohne den Apple? Unmöglich.
And of all these people using apples, most had never touched a computer.
This is my apple.
Apple, the most personal computer.
Time remaining, and I think they charged a timeout to Tampa Bay. They're 2:02 showing, so that was not the 2-minute warning. The clock had run down to 2 minutes, but I think Tampa Bay called timeout prior to that. So 2:02 show on the clock, and I think that was a charged Tampa Bay timeout. So the Bucs have 2 more timeouts remaining, trailing 14-9. Dallas has a 2nd and 2 on their own 21-yard line. In a game that has to be awfully frustrating for the Tampa Bay Ball Club after losing 38-0 in the playoffs last year, coming in and outplaying the Dallas Cowboys through most of the ball game, but not being able to get the touchdown. Second and 2. Ron Springs will be short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down, and Leroy Selman came in to make the play. New Orleans defeats Kansas City 27-17. So the Saints are 2-1 on the year, and they'll go against the San Francisco 49ers at Candlestick Park. Next week you'll see it on CBS. New England, Cleveland tied 7-7 in the 4th quarter. Browns have to travel to Dallas Thanksgiving Day. We are in the 2-minute warning right now with the clock showing 1:58. We wanted to remind you about the holiday coming up on CBS Sports. Anything you want on your menu, professional football, college football, or college basketball, we have it for you. You'll see 2 of college football's oldest and most intense. On Friday, the Oklahoma Sooners visit the Nebraska Cornhuskers in a game that will determine the Big 8 champion and the host of the Orange Bowl. And then on Saturday, Notre Dame will be trying to defeat Southern Cal at the Coliseum in Los Angeles for the first time since 1966. You couldn't ask for a better pair of games than these 2. And then Thanksgiving Day on CBS, not a bad item, the Giants against the Detroit Lions. Begins with the NFL today at 12 noon. And coming up next, the 49ers looking for their first win of the year against the Cardinals. Some of you will see the Washington Redskins at 2-0 against the winless New York Giants. I don't think John McKay can complain much about how his team has performed today. They just haven't gone over the hump when they needed it. By the way, Roger Staubach, because this game appears to be running a little short, has gone down to the field for some post-game interviews that you will hear. 3rd and 1 at the 22 for the Cowboys. Dorsett doesn't have it, and Tampa Bay holds. Leroy Selman, for the 2nd successive play, makes the key stop, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down and 2, or a long 1.5. Norris Thomas also in on the play. So the Bucs will get their chance again. They need a touchdown to win this game. Capiz had missed a field goal earlier, which could have brought Tampa Bay to within a field goal of winning the game, but he missed. White will punt. His last kick was a boomer, 56 yards. And Danny will be kicking from the 6-yard line. Holt and Theo Bell are deep, and Bell at the 29. Bell going outside, and he's ridden out of bounds by Steve Wright for the Cowboys. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, following that 51-yard punt and 13-yard return, will have it 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line, their own 43, with 1:15 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Bucs with 2 more timeouts. Doug Williams has had a sharp day today. He's got Kevin House split to the left. In motion, Gerald Carter, 3 wide receivers. Williams up the middle, it's caught, and a first down. Gerald Carter, who was in motion, found the open seam, and a first down for Tampa Bay at the 4-yard line of Dallas, lining up without a huddle. 1 minute to go. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Williams under pressure, and he's going to, no, they're going to call him, I think. An official is coming up and signaling grounding, but no flag has been thrown. Anthony Dickerson got around him. And the crowd wants grounding. They're not going to get it. And I'm surprised. Watch 51 Dickerson come in on Williams. Now you have to credit the Dallas secondary for covering the receivers. Now watch Dickerson come in. Looked like it was intentional grounding. 51 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Tampa Bay at the 46. In motion, Gerald Carter. 14-9 Dallas. And going up top. And the pass intercepted by Everson Walls. And now they say it was not an interception, that Walls did not have control. And Butch Johnson is pleading the Cowboys' case. Pass was intended for Kevin House. Everson Walls appeared to have intercepted but didn't have control. Here it is. The boos have been more to the officials and to the Dallas Cowboys today on the strike return. Walls cuts in front on the short pass. You can't tell from this angle, and I have to say the official had the perfect view. You can't tell from our view. 3rd and 10 for Tampa Bay with 45 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. Incomplete. Harvey Martin storming in from right defensive end. And it'll be 4th down for Tampa Bay on their last chance now. They're on their own 46. The clock shows 39 seconds remaining. And Harvey Martin, that was an incomplete pass, but Martin is showing good legs late in this game when a lot of others have to be tiring. Timeout Story. Roger Staubach down on the field to talk to some of the winning players, if we have time, and we should. It's 4th down. This is it for Tampa Bay. 6 defensive backs for the Cowboys. 3 wide receivers for the Bucs. Gerald Carter in motion. Williams has time. His pass caught by Gerald Carter, and a first down at the 31-yard line. A play. Williams to Carter. Dennis Thurman covering on the play, and the clock stops with 32 seconds to go. And presumably a timeout called for by Tampa Bay. We'll check. Here it is now. Good protection by the offensive line, but the catch made it. A leaping catch by Gerald Carter in his 3rd year from Texas A&M. And that was a Tampa Bay timeout. They have 1 remaining. So Gerald Carter, who was limited in his play last year, seeing more action this time. 9th round draft choice. That's Williams' work today. Far cry from that 38-0 playoff rout last year here at Texas Stadium. 32 seconds to go. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay at the 31. The Jets defeated Baltimore soundly 37-0 this afternoon. Atlanta widening it up against the Rams 34-17. Falcons go against the Cardinals next week. The Steelers break the tie and lead Houston 17-10 in the fourth. Tom Landry needs 3 wins for 200 regular season triumphs. The Bucs have to be thinking of the critical plays, 2 of them. The missed 24-yard field goal by Capice earlier this period, and the timeout called 2 seconds before the 2-minute warning. Carter in motion. Going up top. Incomplete for Kevin House, and Everson Walls defending on the play. So Williams trying to go to his favorite receiver, Kevin House, who was 3rd in yardage last year in the NFC, and it's 2nd and 10. 26-second show on the clock. While no one could really anticipate anything today, no one knew what to expect. I think this kind of game was unexpected. Most observers felt a team like the Dallas Cowboys could come in the first game back after a 57-day layoff and just dominate Tampa Bay. It hasn't been that way at all. 2nd and 10. Doug Williams going for House. Out of the end zone, incomplete. Kevin House was out of the end zone. And the Tampa Bay Bucs are forlorn on a well-executed hookup from Williams to House. Let's see how close it was for Kevin. Ron Fellows was beaten on the play. House had his left foot on the line. His left foot was on the white, and so both feet were out. Both feet were out, and it wasn't that close. The official was right there to see it. 3rd and 10 now, 20 seconds showing. The Falcons defeated the Rams 34-17. Tampa Bay 0-2. Dallas 1-1. Williams going for Giles, and it's knocked away by Dexter Clinkscale. 4th down. He was out all of last year with a torn Achilles tendon, but they have a lot of promise for Dexter Clinkscale from South Carolina State, and it's 4th and 10. And once again, the Bucs are up against it. Here's the finish of that play again. The loft pass to Giles. He was well covered, and number 47 there with the right hand, Clinkscale, knocked the ball away. Everson Walls was also defending. So it'll be 4th and 10 for Tampa Bay. Bucs still have 1 timeout. They need a touchdown to win. Was there a penalty marker down? No, I did not see a flag called. 14-second show. Let's see what Chuck Heberling says.
Pass interference, offense, number 84, refused. 4th down.
That was on Gordon Jones, and that might have been away from the play. It was, but it couldn't have been far away from the play. That was Giles, who was the intended receiver on that play. They called it on Gordon Jones. Anyway, it's 4th down, and this could be it. Tampa Bay converted a 4th down before. 14 seconds to go. Williams up the middle. It's caught. No, it's a fumble. Dallas recovers. Jimmy Giles caught it, he fumbled it, and Michael Downs recovers it for Dallas on the 3-yard line. 5 seconds to go. Jimmy Giles had the ball. On the 4th and 10 play, Giles makes the catch. And he drops it when Monty Hunter hit him, and it was recovered by Michael Downs on the 3-yard line, and frustration etched on Jimmy Giles, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have done everything you could possibly do but get in the touchdown they need to win, and a rough return it is for them. Five seconds to go. And that'll do it. Dallas Cowboys hold on to win. 14-9. Jimmy Giles can only shake his head. But Tampa Bay gave the Cowboys all they could handle this afternoon. Final score, Dallas 14, Tampa Bay 9 here at Texas Stadium. With 13,000 no-shows. And a crowd that was stunned, not because of the brand of play they saw, but because of the way the Tampa Bay Bucks played their Dallas Cowboys.